question was, how is the state dealing with climate change? And the answer is, they're not. The fact is that, like I said earlier, we need to be working on a huge broad spectrum of bills for energy efficiency, addressing ways to incentivize renewable energy like solar, like wind, and addressing things as basic as the renewable portfolio standard. The fact is, we only have a voluntary renewable portfolio standard. We don't even have a mandatory one like most states. There's so much we should be doing when it comes to addressing climate change. And we're already seeing the impacts. The fact is that the second most vulnerable area in the entire country for sea level rise is Virginia Beach, Hampton Roads, behind New Orleans. And we're seeing it in extreme weather events. We're seeing it with, this is the most critical issue of our generation, or the last few generations. And we should and we must address it. We must take action. And it's criminal if we don't. And that's going to be our message going forward at this General Assembly session.
Let me just tell you one story that'll illustrate what Alfonso's talking about, and I do want to call him out for the new caucus that he's set up, and I'm proud to be helping him with it. We do hope to make some progress, but I'll tell you a little story about being a freshman. I went down to Richmond and started talking about climate issues, and I was talking about some climate change bills and some other things I wanted to do about climate change. And the first advice I got was, don't call it climate change. Because they don't believe in climate change. They won't talk to you if you call it climate change. Call it recurrent flooding. Or call it resiliency. You know, Brian Moran, who's going to be doing a fundraiser for me tomorrow night if you want to come meet him. Brian Moran is the Chief Climate Officer. That's what he got called in the headlines. But that's not his real name. The title is Chief Resiliency Officer. Because they don't want to call it climate change. That's the sort of attitude we're up against. So folks like Alfonso and everyone up here is going to be fighting hard, but it is an uphill fight, honestly.
I have to speak up for the governor. Sorry. The governor has a climate change commission. I actually am sitting on that commission. We haven't had many meetings, but what I'm seeing is there's a potential for new alliances. Some of the lawmakers from Norfolk are now really interested in this because Norfolk has had some considerable flooding over the past few months. I don't know where the recommendations are going to end up, but we're sort of working off of the Kane Commission report that was issued a few years ago. So there will be initiatives coming forward, and the governor will put the clout of his office behind them. I expect it probably won't take place in the 2016 session. And if I'm the last speaker, I just want to say we have the hardest working delegation in the General Assembly.